Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for the Call Me Natty podcast. We will be on YouTube for our video podcast, and we will also be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the second episode of the Call Me Natty podcast, and today we will be talking about several things. Last time we were more focused on just the Arnold Classic.
Yep.
And we want to say first off, thank you guys so much for your support, and we had a great response so far, and it's going to give us motivation to keep going and give you guys more. So we appreciate that a lot. And we got a lot of your feedback, and we're going to try to implement that into our episode today. So, you want to jump right in, or you have anything to say?
No, we appreciate it. Everybody who's been supporting us so far. I mean, we're only one episode in, but that's still super cool to see, especially when you're starting something new and I guess scary, because this is brand new to us, so we're just...
It's not that scary. You're just talking to a microphone and look at a camera.
You know what I mean, like taking your time to do something you like, and it's like, oh God, is anybody going to like it, or are you going to... But you can't really do it for other people, so we're just doing this for ourselves. So, yeah. But anyways, let's... Oh, that was loud. Let's jump right in. So, first off, I have to say, first episode in, not even published, and we tagged the Natty Daddy himself, Michael Hearn, and he sent us a little message back saying, "Crush it, boys."
Yeah, Michael Hearn commented on our Instagram post and said, "Crush it, boys." I literally tagged him on the. Oh, there he is. Right. There's the man right there.
There he is.
I tagged him as a joke on the logo just because, like, you know, we're called Call Me Natty Podcast, and I tagged him as a joke, and he actually responded, giving us support and telling us to crush it. So hopefully that's what we do for you. I mean,
that was
Mr. Michael.
That was Mr. Michael.
Mr. Michael.
I mean, that was just for us. Like, that was a really cool, or at least it was to me. It's like he didn't have to do that, even if he's not the guy who runs his social media. Which, I mean, I would probably say yes and no. Maybe he has
probably
a team.
Sometimes he probably has.
But even for somebody to just be like, hey, these guys, let's show them, you know, I don't want to say toss them a bone, but just like, hey, do a good job, man.
We took that bone.
Hey.
But
I'm not going to lie. I was pulling in my driveway, and I stopped, and I was just like,
yeah.
That's a great thumbnail right there. But I sent it immediately to him. I was blown away. I was like, oh, my gosh, dude. The Natty Daddy himself, Michael Hearn. Woo!
Oh, so you guys might want to know who Michael Hearn is. Michael O'Hearn, born on January 26, 1969, making him 53 years old.
Hey.
He is a American bodybuilder, personal trainer, actor, and model. He actually has featured on over 500 magazine covers, which is insane, and I'm pretty sure it's a world record. Not 100% certain because I looked it up, and it said, I forgot who it was, had 55, and he was the Guinness Book of World Records, and it's 500. And he was a fitness model of the fitness model of the year 7 times, and is a 4-time Mr. Natural Universe title holder. Natural.
Okay, look, I'm just to say it. We love Mike, or at least I love Mike.
I like Mike too. He's a cool guy.
Mike's a good dude. It's just he's 53. Look,
I think Mike's eaten 1 too many duck eggs.
53. This man is 53 and looks like this. He's 53. If I have to say one thing about this guy, one word to describe him, genetics.
Genetics, 100%.
You can look, and I'm saying this from not personal experience, but just using my eyeballs. Look at any bodybuilder in the last, 30, 40 years who has juiced, done shows, just, you know, I don't want to say wreck their body, but, you know, you've put your body through a lot that look like this guy at 50 plus. I don't think there is a single one.
No. I don't care
Even
what
the guys who've retired and still, it's like, oh, yeah, he kept a little bit of Jay Cutler.
For example.
Still looks good.
For example.
Don't look like this.
I was about to say, for example, just take a look at Ronnie Coleman. I know he has had a few surgeries and had some really bad luck with that. But just for example, this guy has really been focused on longevity pretty much his whole career, and he has to look good because he's obviously modeled. He's done acting, magazine covers.
Still doing it. He's got a new movie coming out.
He does have a new movie coming out where he's a zombie.
Yeah, he's like throwing a guy around.
And I think really the difference between is, and Mike was even talking about it yesterday on one of his videos, was keeping his health in check. So always prevent before an actual emergency happens.
True.
So,
it's just crazy. Like, to look this good. This guy's got tighter skin than I do, or he's 25, and this dude's skin looks better than his. I mean, no offense to you, but
no, 100%. I agree.
You can say, oh, it's steroids. People who take steroids don't look like this. Even if he's on GH or what, I don't know what he would be taking, or if he's the natural king himself. Regardless, the genetics this man has is the top 1% of the 1%. You can't argue with it.
100%. Genetics are there. I actually have a story that I just remembered, and I don't even know if I've told you this yet. But when I was
let me hear that.
when I was up in Tennessee for the grand opening of Carbon Culture, there were a few people, IFBB pros, trainers, and just a few like well-known fitness or well-known names in the fitness industry. And it's because it's Brandon Curry's home gym. He's part owner of the gym, or he may actually be full owner. I'm not sure. But anyways, it was Brandon Curry's event, and he invited a bunch of the people in the fitness industry. And John Meadows, rest in peace, John Meadows, the Mountain Dog, one of the best technical coaches or coaches in general. I actually spoke with him for like 45 minutes, and he really spent time with me. And
extremely nice guy.
Yeah, extremely nice guy. Anyways, one of the first questions I asked him, just as kind of like a joke, but he took it dead serious. I was like, "Do you think Mike O'Hearn is natty?" Because he's trained with Mike O'Hearn. He's friends with Mike O'Hearn, and he was like, and he even said the same thing. He was like, that guy has got some of the best genetics I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yep.
He even said that, but he said, I've spent time around him and everything, and seeing him in person is just, it's unreal looking, and there's a reason for it. And he said, honestly, he's like, I would believe him if he didn't have anything else that was unnatural, and he's referring to his Botox and injections and face alterations.
I will say it's not as bad. It's like even with this photo,
it's him and his wife.
Like, look at this dude's face.
Yeah,
like I've seen some bad Botox and like the Hollywood. I mean, look at Hollywood; it's horrendous.
Yeah, it's bad.
But this guy, he's had it done to where it's subtle. You can kind of tell, but at the same time, you'd be like,
you can tell.
That dude looks really good.
All you have to do, you can tell though. All you have to do is pull up a picture from 5 years ago and compare it, and his face structure's changed a little bit.
But even with that, it's like he looks the same.
Still looks good.
When he was he used to be on the American Gladiator.
Yeah,
and seeing him there, oh my gosh, I know this dude's strong. Speaking of this guy's strength, let me jump to that really fast before we move on. I've got a video right here. I'm going to pull it up. When was this? A few days ago, I think. Right here.
Oh, yeah,
this man is close grip benching 365 pounds. Let me say that again. 365 pounds close grip benching at 53 years of age.
Well, how many reps did he do?
I have no idea, but he makes him look extreme. I don't think he struggles. I don't think that's a possible thing for him. I'm not sure. He's going to count up the reps real quick. But this is what I'm saying. You can have all the gear and all, but this guy's genetics and his I would have wondered what
was 10 in the video, but he looked like he had a few more.
A few in the tank?
yeah, it looked like he had a few more.
I mean, the guy just doesn't make sense. Here he is deadlifting 7 plates with
impeccable form.
Obviously, he's struggling a little bit, but I mean, like, to stand up.
No free advertisements. Delete that.
To stand up with 7 plates at 50-plus years old, there's not – hey. conventional too.
Hey,
and we're gonna get into that. We're gonna, we're gonna segue into that in a minute. But I mean, this guy's a freak. He's like he's one of the top guys to ever touch weights, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
100% agree with that.
But if we want to segue into the next topic here,
the actual doctor.
Yeah. The actual doctor. All right.
Here it is.
We've had some.
This is what I was talking about. So we actually have Dr. Sonny Andrews.
Okay. First off, let's go ahead and put a little cut here as to we both like Dr. Sonny Andrews. Phenomenal IFBB pro. Incredible. Looks nuts. But
I don't like her anymore. Jared can like her. I don't like her anymore. I used to love her, but not anymore.
I think the issue here is the fact that this lady, and I'm just going to use this photo reference.
Wow,
now, granted,
I haven't seen this yet.
This was
after this past weekend.
This was after the Arnold Classic. Obviously, still in great shape. Look at the shoulder separation, the striations in that. That looks nuts.
Wow, that almost looks unnatural.
So she got into a little bit of a controversial, I'll call episode.
With who?
Well, I'm not saying with who. I mean because of what she did, or So I'm trying to find the page or trying to find the show here. She ended up doing. Is that it?
No. You looking for Texas?
Yeah.
She did. She only posted like one. There it is, right there. This is a show I did. This is where I met Dr. Sonny Andrews, and she was super sweet, and it was awesome to meet her. But
yeah, she's a great person. Well, she's fine, but I'm saying like the decision that came about. She ended up doing a natural show.
She did the Joe Eater Naturals, and it qualified her for Olympia, and she won, and she beat all the natural athletes, and I don't think she's natural. That's why I don't like her anymore. But if she is natural,
wow.
I
think that's the whole situation here. It's the fact that
she probably was natural the day of the show.
That's the other instance.
That doesn't make you natural.
We have quote unquote insider knowledge that some of the people that were there were definitely not natural.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
We're not going to name specific names, but
Sonny Andrews.
No. From source. But we've heard.
We know people that know people, and
yes.
they know they're not natural, and they competed in that
may
show.
be natural 2 weeks prior, and it was enough to keep them at the natural stage. But
let me say this. Dr. Sonny Andrews has one of the best physiques.
Oh, hands down.
As far as a wellness competitor. Like she's winning shows, and she's going to be at Olympia this year. I am not discrediting her work ethic,
no.
her talent to pose, her ability to build muscle and retain it, her ability to get lean. I'm not discrediting any of that. All I'm saying is I don't feel like it's right to tell people you're natural, and you're not.
Especially to win a natural show. And
that qualifies you for Olympia.
Granted, if there were other people in the show that were also saying they were natural and they weren't, it's just not. It's not right.
Whether you win or not, it's not right.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not my decision, not my choice. Now, we only heard about this because of there was a lot of, I guess, uproar over it, over that show, and people calling it out, and we're just covering it. But it was just it's one of those moral things of
Okay. Also, another point. If you look at her in this picture, I'm not sure of her exact age. Could we get that?
Yeah, I'll look that up.
So while he's looking that up, I'm not sure of her exact age, but I'm not saying this physique is not achievable naturally. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that she's not natural because of the amount of muscle mass she gained in such a short amount of time. So I'm going to pop the picture up. Not the one that you don't have to pop it up on here, but the one that I sent you that I made.
Yeah, I'll throw it up.
Okay. So I made the picture. It's right here. On the left side is the I believe, the Daytona Beach show from 2020. It's from 2020. And the one on the right is from the Arnold this past weekend. So it's not the same exact pose, but you can definitely tell there is a huge difference in a small amount of time. Look at the calves. You know how long I've been training calves?
Even if you have great calf genetics.
Like, she gained like 2 inches in her calves alone. And look at the quad sweep. Dude,
the
quad sweep.
If you were to tell me those were the same people, I would not believe you.
100% would. Like I said, if you want to know what someone really looks like, go to npcnewsonline.com and type in their name. That's where I got the picture from the left. The picture on the right was from a live stream of the Arnold Classic, and I just screenshot it. And it was, and her physique is insane, but yeah.
It's not, I am literally clicking on several links, and I'm not getting her age. It is saying in the 30s. She's in her 30s.
Dr. Sonny Andrews is in her 30s.
Low to mid 30s is what it's saying. I'm not finding a date.
Well, anyways,
born February 5th. That's all I have.
Am I saying her physique is not achievable in the amount of time she's been alive? No. What I am saying is that in 1.5, I think it was like 1.5 years.
She's Canadian too.
Where? I'm moving to Canada.
She's from Ontario.
Look, why does everybody that's jacked and winning at Olympia in Canada?
C-Bum.
Yeah, I mean, C-Bomb, Ian, Coach Greg.
Shout out to Greg. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's the moral. It's just not, and at least to me and to him and to Chase, it's like, it doesn't seem right that you would do a natural show and say, "Oh yeah, we're natural," because I'd be willing to bet you have to sign a document. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I don't know the exact I've competed in a natural show when I was natural, and the process I went through is you have to do a polygraph. When you sign up, you are stating that you are a natural athlete for the last 7 years. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how that committee did it. When I did it was OCB. So for the last 7 years, and they have this whole list of banned substances, and DMAA was in there, guys. So if you guys taking that pre-workout with the DMAA, can't compete in OCB, even though I know all y'all do. Anyways.
But that's if you didn't know something had DMAA. I mean, you could just, I don't have it.
Yeah, so anyways, then you have to take a polygraph. Ow. Then you have to take a polygraph, and, they ask you a few questions. Have you taken any banned substances the last 7 years? And you say no, and hopefully you're not lying. And then
hopefully you're not lying.
Actually, the second show I went to, a few people failed it.
Really?
Yeah, they wouldn't tell us who, but I mean, we saw them there at check-in day, and then they weren't there on show day.
At the show.
So it was like, all right. And if you fail the polygraph, they will not let you compete. Crazy. So there is such a thing as like faults.
Yeah.
Fails or whatever. So they will let you retest like a few hours later or something like that. And then if you fail again, obviously, you're probably
But if you fail the first time, it's like, all right, now we're watching you closer.
Yeah. So anyways, and then if you get in the top two, again, this is OCB. I don't know how that division works. If you get in the top two, you do have to have a urinalysis. So literally right when you compete, you get your awards, you go backstage, and they take you to the restroom, and you give a urine sample.
Yeah.
For the top two, because the top two get OCB pro cards, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In like almost every show is a pro qualifier for the OCB.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I can't go to the OCB one.
Let me get that. You just got to wait 7 years.
Yeah.
But so anyways, and it's funny because OCB, you can actually be prescription TRT and still compete as long as you have your prescription.
Nice.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Wow. But crazy.
Anyways, back to that. It's just it's a little disrespectful to really yourself, honestly. Like, if you know in your head that you're not natural, I don't care if you used SARMs 3 years ago and, whatever. In your head, you're not natural. Just step up and compete in the NPC.
Yeah.
And you can compete in the NPC naturally. Like,
yeah.
If you don't want to do drugs
there's
again.
A lot of people that do.
Yeah, in the NPC. I don't know how many people in the IFBB that aren't natural, but that are natural.
I'm pretty sure there's been a few guys, and
especially in the past.
I don't know who exactly, but I know everybody who's a fitness influencer or a competitor is like, and they have Natty natural competitor or whatever, and it's always like the fact that you say it, it makes me more suspicious, especially for
if I was literally a natural athlete my whole entire life and I looked like some of these people do, I would flaunt it too, to be honest.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
like,
it's what gets clients.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could look like you.
Yeah, I could look like that because I'm natural, and that's another thing I don't agree with is because like people like Sonny Andrews, she sells programs,
and I'm sure. Have you ever got? Not have you? Have
yeah,
you ever bought one of her programs?
I bought her booty program.
Oh, did you?
No, I was just. Oh, it was a joke.
Oh,
I did buy Laura Lee's rip off of a program.
Rip off?
Should I say that on here? Yeah, I bought $100 booty program from Laura Lee.
What was a rip off about it?
It was literally like 8 exercises, and it looked like it was from Muscle and Strength magazine.
Okay, well, put it this way: you are a certified trainer.
Yeah,
you bodybuild. You already in your head and already have knowledge of. Let me finish. You already have the knowledge of what it's like. This I paid for this. Take Joe Schmo or
$100.
Look
at this. I'm showing it to you. That's
her name puts more money on the like. Hey, for instance, Greg Doucette. What does he sell? His cookbook.
I've never bought. That was worth it.
I'm just saying though. But the cookbook, was it worth $100?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
But I'm saying, his name without Greg's name on it. There might have been a $50, $60 cookbook, maybe.
I would still say no. I would still say it's worth $100 because it's actual. I don't care whose program it is. I don't care if it is Joe Schmo's program and it's good.
You think so?
Like I was just. And that's another thing. Like,
so you don't think it's marked up because of who she is?
No, it is marked up because of who she is.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying,
it's
because of who she is, she should be. It should be better.
Okay. I mean, no, I get what you're saying, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of like somebody who doesn't lift, doesn't work out, doesn't have the knowledge. If they bought it and they thought it was worth it,
no, it's not worth it. You just scroll down that and tell me if that's.
All right,
worth
let me
it.
see.
Don't show it on.
I feel like I'm not trying to side with her, but I'm trying to think.
I mean, you're keeping an open mind. Just look at it and then tell me.
Okay.
$100.
How many is this? A full like 3, 5, or
I think it's 3-day split.
This is a 3-day split. Okay, let me see.
It's just glutes, only glutes.
It's only glutes.
Yeah, it's a booty program, Bootylicious or something like that. It's $100. Zoom in on that face.
That's bad.
Yeah, $100. You could have got You could have got.
I'm not gonna lie. I could find this on Google in 5 minutes.
Okay, I love the KK twins, and you could go on their page, scroll down a little bit, and find a better booty workout, and on an Instagram post for free than that.
That is true. A lot of influencers or like people like just putting up like, hey, here's a quick tip to blah blah blah. Do these 3 exercises.
Yeah, grow your biceps. Here's 3 exercises. Yeah. Whatever.
I feel
there's
like
so much free information out there. You can search one YouTube video, click on it. How do I build my glutes better? You could click on it, watch it, and get way more knowledge than you would get from this right here.
But I guess it's one of those things. It's like, oh, she's a professional. She knows what she's talking about. Obviously, these exercises are pretty. Yeah, they work. But it's like, I think that's because of like how people don't have a full knowledge of. Where do I go? Honestly,
there's no description at all.
I do
either.
So like I do videography and photography and stuff like that. And if somebody ever asks me, "Hey, how do I do this?" Oh, YouTube it. Go to YouTube. Now, I'm not saying, "Oh, I don't want to help you," but I'm saying there are people with way more knowledge on YouTube than you think that have great exercises, great combos, dynamic lifts that you ought to be doing to grow specific muscles and to do it. And you can get that for free.
for free. There's so much free information. Only thing is, it's not so bad anymore as it used to be. If you go back 5 years, it was really bad. But
in terms of what? Not
misinformation.
Okay.
There was a lot of misinformation out there. Luckily now, the majority of people are pretty spot on with most things. I mean, I could recommend a few people like Jeff Nippard.
I do like Jeff Nippard. He's a very science-based guy, and he just knows his stuff.
Joe Statics is kind of a bro, but he just does a movement and feels it and then gives a tip.
And look at the guy.
It's not science-based, but when you do it, I promise you will know the difference between that and just whatever.
Yeah.
There's a few people out there, but I would say it's a lot better now than it was. Like, there's not as much misinformation, and you can actually make your direction or help with your direction and getting started. So I feel like a lot of these TikTok kids and everything, like the reason they put on so much and they put on so much so fast is because of the knowledge out there, and probably also SARMs. But there are a lot more. There is a lot more. Like I was just a kid that was going into a gym and just knew I wanted to lift weights. Had no idea about nutrition, anything like that. And the only videos I had were from Bradley Martin, and it was when he had about 5,000 subs. And I've been following him.
Really, you've been following him that long?
Yeah.
Dang.
So and me and Brad are friends. You guys want to hear a voice message from him? No, but for real. Yeah. So he was literally the only person I watched. He did help motivate me a lot. He did have some educational videos, but it wasn't like to the extent of today. Like, everybody breaks these down into
science-based.
Yeah, like you can look up how to set your macros, like what you should set your macros up to gain muscle, what you should set your macros up for to lose fat. Like, and it probably was there, but not as detailed and something you would want to pay attention to and form and all that stuff. Like, Brad would just be like, look, do this, and I promise your biceps will grow. And so I freaking did it.
Like the old school way of like.
Yeah. Like, hey, do this, it works.
What's the guy? He's like he held the record for the heaviest curl. CJ. Why am I blanking on his name?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Black guy, beard. I tell you to grow.
Oh, Larry Wills guy?
No, not Larry Wills. He's older.
No, not Larry Wills, but his hype man guy.
No.
Oh, who are you talking
Wait,
about?
hype man guy. He's got a hype man guy.
He used to. I think they broke up.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna kill me. I gotta find his name.
Anyways, what I was saying from all that is, there's a lot of good stuff out there, and you guys can get it for free if you just do a little bit of digging, or just ask me. I'll refer you in the right place. DynamicCultureOnline.com. But
blah 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 blah.
Plug a little bit. But yeah. So I think I don't think that was worth $100. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, from looking at it, it's it's.
We went way away from. Somehow we started with Sonny Andrews and ended up with
getting bigger arms.
Anyways, once he finds this guy, we'll move on to the next topic.
I'm trying to. I hate when you can't remember somebody's name.
Yeah, it happens to all of us.
I'm gonna have to find his name later. I can't find it.
Well,
I can't believe I'm blanking on him. I used to listen to this guy all the time. He was just.
If you know who he's talking about, leave his name in the comments.
Oh, he's
please.
crazy strong, dude's just he's insane. Anyways, on to the next topic.
Next topic is the sea bum himself.
Oh, buddy.
Has made a statement.
Oh, buddy.
Sumo deadlift is cheating.
Why do people consider sumo deadlift cheating? And do you? Well, they consider it cheating because it is cheating.
And we 100% agree, and we'll fight anyone on site who disagrees. I'm just kidding. But
I don't really want to fight anybody.
No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I don't want to fight. What's his name? The sumo guy.
Oh, oh no, we suck. We got to come prepared with names.
Well, we weren't planning on talking about either of these people. Anyways, I don't want to fight some of the people that do sumo deadlifts, bro.
Oh, they're crazy strong.
Yeah, so
that's the thing. We're not discrediting sumo. I mean, we kind of are, but we're saying it. We're saying it in the form of like it's our opinion. Conventional is harder, and I know people are gonna say, "Well, it's leverages, and some people are built for this." I get that. I 100% understand it, but do conventional. I'm sorry.
Also, when we say
But I'm not sorry.
sumo is cheating, we're talking about it in a sense of like a 1 rep max or something like that. Because sumo deadlift is very effective and does help build the glutes and the hamstrings.
I mean, it is one of the...
And I implement it into my own training. But if you do it, here's what I'm saying. Hey, bro, I deadlift 700 pounds. And then you're like, do you? And then you say, yeah. And you say, do you do conventional or sumo? And then they say sumo. Just to me, that goes right out the window. I'm like, what's your conventional?
That's what I want to see. Because there's guys who do... I mean, there's some guys that can do 600-700 pounds sumo. But it's like, okay, that's impressive. I'm not... You are strong, obviously. But what is your conventional? What is your conventional? I think conventional puts more stress on the body as far as like, especially...
It's a further pull.
Yeah, it's a further pull. Put you definitely... I mean, for some people, it puts their back in a more...
compromised position.
Yeah. So it's just like, I can understand from that point if you're lifting sumo because of health or just safety precautionary reasons, that's totally fine. I'm not... Look, I don't pull over 600. I don't. Could I pull 600 sumo? No, probably not, because I don't train for it. If I was to train for it, could I? Who knows? I don't know. But I don't. I just like conventional. It's just the old school way of doing it, and that's just what I do.
Yep.
If you pull sumo, great. We're not going to fight you.
The father of classic physique has spoken.
But C-Bum did say it was cheating, so we have to agree with him. Sorry.
Sumo is cheating.
It's cheating.
Moving on.
All right. We're going to jump a little bit on a subject here. We're still trying to find some information about it, but me and Chase both went and saw The Batman. And first off, phenomenal movie. Like,
yeah.
I was glued, except for the people that were talking behind me, that does anybody else go to a theater? I mean, what are tickets right now? $12? 12?
I think
13?
it was like 30 something for both of ours.
Okay. $30.
I think it was $32
for 2 tickets, for just the tickets. To go, you paid. You're going into this theater to sit down. Oh, I'm just trying to relax, have a day, and just watch a movie and just be lost in this. And then you just hear, hey, he needs to, hey, what just happened? He needs to beat, oh, that dude, oh, he just, shut it. Shut. I want absolute pin-dropping silence. I don't want to hear your thoughts on the movie. We don't know what's happening because that's why we're there to see it. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. It's just funny.
I know I may say something during a movie that's just like, if I lean over, oh, dude, did you say, dude, that was sick. Or it's like, oh my gosh, so it's this? I completely understand. Yeah. I try to avoid talking.
They weren't even trying to.
It was a full-blown conversation.
They were like, hey, so he needs to beat you. He need to whoop that man. I'm like,
it was a full conversation, and I don't know how many times I did this, just of like, just try to look at them without being like controversial, because I'm not trying to start a fight, especially at a movie theater. I'm not trying to get shot, like really.
Hey,
like,
remember that happened.
That's what I'm saying.
At a Batman movie.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
know the context of that, but
oh, you're talking about the Joker guy who did it?
Yeah.
The
literally dude came in.
But he was like, I'm talking about just being there and having a controversial episode with somebody. It's like, Daddy, this movie is not worth getting hurt over. No. But be respectful of everybody. You're being disrespectful of people's time and money because you're over here. It's like, dude, I just want to watch it, please. For the love of God, please let me just watch the movie.
Anyways, Batman.
Yeah.
It was good. The biggest thing, and the reason we're bringing it up on this show, is because Robert Pattinson, he actually looked crazy good, better than he did in Twilight. He was kind of skin and bones, which fit his part because
I mean, that was a vampire. A lot of. There he is, right there.
Look at the man.
Hey, first off, people want to. Oh my God, Robert Pattinson killed this role.
He did.
This might be one of the most.
Even the beginning when he was like voicing over stuff, I was like, this dude's Bruce Wayne.
Captivating.
Yeah.
It was one of the most grounded Batman movies I've ever seen, and I'm not counting George Clooney, and I'm not counting those nipple Batman. I can't count all that stuff. That was more entertainment factor. I know it was old school movies, and it was like the day, and it was like, I'm sure it was amazing. I mean, when I saw it when I was a kid, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But now when you get to this level, it's like, this was a true detective story.
Yeah, and I love how realistic they made the Batman.
Oh, yes.
Like,
nothing was crazy.
He wasn't punching people's faces through the floor and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, like, somebody could actually do this. There was a few things in there that was like, hey, that's pushing it. But it was very realistic. And, there's the guy that Derek was talking about.
Oh, they had the
29-year-old.
Yeah, the heart attack or whatever.
Oh, he's in coma, and then they told him he would never walk again. And
started walking.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the video. It was crazy. He lost.
It's really
lost
sad.
all of his a ton of weight and just.
He's doing squats again though.
It's better. He's back to being better. But, anyways, back to Robert Pattinson. The whole controversial thing that we were hearing, and we're going to try to get some more information about, was he gearing up for the movie? Because it's Hollywood. You just got a Superman role or a superhero role. You got to look. You ain't trying to go in there and look.
Skin and bones.
So Robert Pattinson, he looked natty. He looked natty for the movie. He looked good. Don't get me wrong. I think that's the issue. Is like it's like
so a little backstory. Robert Pattinson actually talked about the subject. I forget which show it was, but he talked about the subject, and he actually was like, no, I actually I turned that offer down, and I choose to stay natural because I want to do it the right way and the healthy way. So he chose to, but in return, he also looks natural.
But he looks good. He looks good. He looks like a in shape, natural, just person, not a bodybuilder, obviously. But if you were to look like this as a natural lifter, I'd be like, wow, that's impressive. Yeah, he's got an ab line.
And there were a few better shots
good
too.
Shapes.
Like, they definitely tried to show off his physique because they had like this one like walking back shot, and he was like,
and that's usually like every superhero movie. Yeah. Superman, the Batman. All the Batmans. It's always somebody with a shirt off and just looking yoked.
Man, one of my favorite scenes was from the Christian Bale Batman, where he just he like wakes up, drinks his little morning cocktail, and then he just goes straight into push-ups, like as soon as he got out of bed. I thought it was one of the best scenes.
I want to say he was like 230 for that role.
Yeah, not Natty.
Like he was massive.
I don't know.
But Christian Bale is also known as the up and down guy for when it comes to his weight for roles. Yeah. Like he loses weight, like scary, and then puts on a ton of weight.
Yeah.
He's been at every body size you could possibly be. But we were just wanting to bring it up because we heard about it, and it was just like, oh, that was cool that he was just like, you know what, I want to stay natural for this role. And I think it fits better with like how you're saying it's more grounded into the movie of it's more realistic. Now, obviously, it's not realistic, but it's realistic in the sense of like, could this actually happen? Sure.
Maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
Like I said, he wasn't throwing people through the floor with one punch. Like,
he was getting hurt.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not sure. I need to look up the actor's name who played the Riddler. Wow.
Great actor.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
I was a little skeptical because he was like, well, he's not really like intimidating or scary. But like as he talked, it was like, this dude is like diabolical.
Yeah, he's like
his thought process is way out there.
Sociopathic and clever all at the same time.
Yeah. But I mean, we just wanted to bring it up because we thought it was really cool concept. So
Robert Pattinson.
The Dorian Yates. Imagine Dorian Yates as Batman. He doesn't have a suit. His skin is the suit. Yeah. He's just painting black, and he's just like, hey, come here, and just kills everybody. Also, we know the Boston Pro is happening, or it might have just ended.
It just ended.
It just ended?
Yep.
We might, we're probably going to get into that on the next one, because we have some more news and more things to talk about on that of like some weird, I don't know, like we were talking about like judges' scores and not even the scores, but just like the outcome of like, wait, this person is this and this. I don't know.
Basically, what he's trying to say is you have the same people competing against each other with different outcomes, literally a week apart.
I know that that's a possibility, and I know it's different judges.
Yeah,
but it's just like, man, it's almost more confusing. We're
going to do some research and come back to that.
It's just kind of confusing. It's like, wait, are they better or are they better?
Yeah.
It's like, I know you can dry
out.
A
week apart. It'd be different if it was like a few months or something.
I know you can dry out an extra 7 days and come in tighter or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like,
and we're talking
that
about
big of a difference?
Yeah, we're talking about from 5th to 1st. Like, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
But
anyways.
I think that's going to wrap us up for this episode. I think this was fun.
Yeah.
And this will probably be more centered around how we how we do the show more. The Arnold Classic was more of like one of 2 shows that will be covered like that.
Yeah.
Very.
We're not going to go into detail about every show. We'll just, go more into like 1 or 2 athletes or competitors from the show. Olympia and the Arnold are probably 2 that we will actually spend time on and cover.
I mean, it's the 2 biggest shows of the year.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have a few more. We're going to have some guests on here. We're going to have some different things that we throw into this podcast. It won't be strictly bodybuilding competitions, but
for instance, Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
But I think that's about it.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Make sure you go give us a like down below, leave a comment, and say what you would like to see in one of our future episodes.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we are on Spotify and Apple as well. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast, and we will see you in the next one.
Stay natty.
Stay natty.